Hello! Welcome back to the Wrestling Newsroom. I'm your host, All Things Wrestling, and today we're going to be looking at the wrestling news from Thursday. Let's start with this whole Rey Mysterio WWE WrestleMania 34 match situation. We start with Justin Borrasso of Sports Illustrated reporting that Rey Mysterio is backstage at SmackDown Live in Los Angeles and was working out a deal with WWE for a big match at WrestleMania 34. He said even though Cena has been rumoured to have a match with The Undertaker, he said that Cena is the rumoured opponent for Mysterio. Brad Shepard of Bodyslam.net is sceptical of that report, as well as Mike Johnson of PW Insider that noted that Rey Mysterio was not backstage at SmackDown Live in Los Angeles, according to several sources. He did, however, confirm that Rey Mysterio is currently in talks with WWE and Triple H is involved in the negotiations. It is quite interesting to note as well that Rey Mysterio was backstage live at the SmackDown Live house show on Monday, because he put a picture on his official Instagram account saying, "Had a chance to chop it up with my homie Sin Cara tonight for WWE 619 SmackDown house show." So yeah, he was at a show, but according to Mike Johnson, he was not at the SmackDown show on Tuesday. Justin Borrasso did add more to his report, saying that Rey Mysterio is finalising his WWE return, which includes a match at WrestleMania 34. The deal is expected to be complete by the end of the week. His opponent for WrestleMania is currently scheduled to be John Cena, who is in need of a marquee challenge after it was ruled that The Undertaker will not be returning at this year's show. He added that John Cena requested to work with either Samoa Joe or Rey Mysterio. And we go to, there's a lot of speculation that this whole story has been purposely fed to Justin Borrasso of SportsIllustrated.com by WWE as a way to trick fans into thinking that the Undertaker match with John Cena won't be happening. Borrasso wrote the following about his report: "I take a lot of pride in covering the business of pro wrestling and would not report any story without proper sourcing and confirmation. I stand by my story and I'm here to debunk any mysteries, myths and questions you would like to ask. I stand by it and will let time be the judge." If it's being fed to you by WWE, how are you going to confirm that's fake or not? I'm just going to put that one out there. We'll just have to wait and see, but by this we've got two big sources in the wrestling business, Brad Shepard and Mike Johnson, both saying it's not the case and being quite sceptical of it. And then you've got Borrasso just double backing and backing up his own story with saying, yes, I do think this is the case. So we'll have to wait and see where this is going. But if Mysterio is coming back, that will be great. And John Cena match will be pretty decent. And then the Big Show is still recovering from hip surgery. He noted in a UPI.com interview that he will definitely be back by WrestleMania. Big Show's recent WWE contract has reportedly expired, but the current belief is that he will still be involved with the company in some fashion, which will be awesome. Can't wait to have you back, Big Show. And then, with John Cena's Road to WrestleMania storyline still ongoing, several wrestlers, including EC3, Lance Storm, and Hurricane Helms, have publicly offered to be Cena's opponent. First person, the real EC3. If you don't find a Road to WrestleMania, John Cena, you can fight me at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. Imagine him going on a takeover show. That's funny. Lance Storm said, so people don't lose sleep tonight. Cena runs out of opponents. I'll be willing to come back and face him at WrestleMania by Lance Storm. Hurricane so John Cena is your opponent at WrestleMania. Hey WWE, I know a guy. Hashtag Royal Rumble revenge match. I would love to see that. But yeah, it's nice that they're playing around with it. And then it's not all good news for John Cena. Rusev complained on Twitter about John Cena. He said, so Johnny Boy can come out of nowhere and get a match with AJ Styles for a spot at Fastlane, but I can't even get a match on SmackDown Live. Land of opportunity, my Rusev day. I get that. Come on. They're going to build for John Cena and Rusev again? Really? We'll have to wait and see. And then, as seen on Elimination Chamber and this week's Raw, Kurt Angle has been involved with Ronda Rousey's storyline against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Angle is now expected to be Ronda's partner at WrestleMania 34. Dave Meltzer noted the following: WWE storylines earlier this week built this match, which has been confirmed by those within the industry. It will likely be announced officially over the next few weeks. WWE reportedly attempted to get The Rock as Ronda's partner, but was unable to reach a deal with him. I assume it's probably to do with his studios, not himself personally, because I know he would come back and do that match. But damn, I am happy to see Kurt Angle in the ring, which makes good sense. And then, despite the shows getting better, 205 Live is still struggling to keep fans around after SmackDown Live ends. And they've got quite a lot of empty seats for 205 Live, which is kind of sad because it's doing really, really good, show-wise. And then, during a recent interview with Kevin Harvick, Dana White noted the odds of seeing current Universal Champion Brock Lesnar in UFC again are very, very, very good. No shit. And then Jonathan Coachman sent out a series of tweets that relate to Roman Reigns and the negative reaction he got from the fans. I continue to be amazed at the venom towards Roman Reigns, and yet all fans can say is, I hate him, not why, not how, not anything. Stop being sheep and enjoy the show. You all read social media like it's Washington Post. I have to believe you're smarter than that. His promo was amazing and I got crushed for reading promos about Lesnar Reigns face to face. As of this moment, I still don't know why Lesnar wasn't there, but if he didn't show up, I was never told, and that's 100% true. I used to work as a medical coach who said the hardest thing, work with a medical coach who said the hardest thing is for people to do is just hear, to hear, not just listen. If you really hear what he said last night, it's probably the best promo he's ever delivered. I 100% agree with you, Coachman. Whereas I'm not a sheep because I can say I hate Roman Reigns and I will give you all my reasons. But we're not going to get into my reasons why I don't like Roman Reigns. Actually, hate is a strong word. I think he's alright. That promo was on fire though. And then we go to Justin Barroso wrote the following regarding PW Insider report on Brock Lesnar originally scheduled for Raw. He said, the PW Insider report from Mike Johnson that Lesnar was scheduled to be Raw was accurate, but the Universal Champion is already over his contractual dates. Lesnar is also well aware that he's losing the title to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and Lesnar is far more interested in discussing his next contract than being a team player on his prior deal. It should be still noted that he is still advertised for Saturday night's live event in Chicago against Kane. He's also still booked for the March 9th live event in Minneapolis. That was the worst way to say that ever. And then, coming off this week's Raw, it's been rumoured that Miz will be defending his Intercontinental title against both Seth Rollins and Finn Balor at WrestleMania. According to Justin Barroso, Braun Strowman and Elias could be added to the match, which would make it a fatal five-way. WWE is known to do multi-people matches at WrestleMania as a way to get as many people on the card as possible. I kind of just like the idea of the triple threat. I think it would be overkill if it was a fatal five-way. And then filmmaker Johnny Bravo issued the following statement regarding Roman Reigns' steroid case. I have just completed an exhaustive investigation, leaving no stone unturned into the WWE's current and former stars affiliated with the former WFN and Richard Rodriguez. This report contains evidence of all claims made by Richard Rodriguez, along with new information on the entire case. I have decided to create one longer video that goes into details on not just the Reigns story, but everyone who is involved. I dove deeper into the case details. I uncovered the connection between not just Reigns, but all those who will be discussed by Richard. This will be out shortly. So the actual poster reads, the WWE and WFN report is complete, along with the former WWE legend who placed over 140k in orders with WFN, where they distributed to other WWE stars and who were aiding the distribution. The report will contain not only evidence on Reigns, but all former and current WWE stars and their connections with WFN. It will contain shipping information with tracking phone records and orders directly from the WFN database. Richard Rodriguez will be on live to discuss this report. Damn, shit's about to get real. I think we're going to see Roman Reigns replaced pretty goddamn quickly at WrestleMania. And then the interesting thing, Dave Meltzer has now reported that talks with WWE and Neville have now started up again, and it's possible he could return in April. Yes, please. He said, He has been looking to leave but wasn't able to get released, and it's a bad situation because the company can freeze his contract length if he's not performing. And then, for the first time in several years, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla will be running from a different venue instead of the American Legion Hall in Reseda, California. PWG announced that due to PayPal error that led to the tickets being oversold, instead of just refunding everyone, they have decided to move to a bigger venue to accommodate everyone. They will now be moving to the Flat Circle. The event is called Time is a Flat Circle at the Global Theatre in downtown Los Angeles, Friday 23rd of March. It has a capacity audience for around about 1,000, whereas the American Legion Hall only has about 400 people. So it's quite interesting to note they have moved arena. Maybe they'll take this as a permanent spot since it's got a lot more space. We'll have to wait and see. And then Dave Meltzer notes that Chris Jericho's status for WWE is he doubts that Chris Jericho will return before the end of the summer. He does note that if Jericho could return after WrestleMania through June, if he doesn't participate in New Japan Pro Wrestling's event, he has another Fozzy tour scheduled in July through mid-August in Europe. So if he doesn't come back in June, we won't see him until at least the end of August. And then we have an update on the Apollo Crews name. Dave Meltzer said it's been confirmed via people that have seen internet emails that Apollo Crews' name was changed due to the Parkland, Florida shooting. Vince McMahon made the call to drop Crews' name to avoid association with the alleged gunman Nicholas Cruz. The report about the change has been going around WWE, but WWE never confirmed the story, and the official reason for the change was never supposed to get out. Whoa, you're in the world of the fucking internet, WWE. Everything gets out. I report it. Everyone reports the fucking news. It's quite easy to figure this shit out. And then we go to the last story. It's this week SmackDown Live had several representatives from Fox Sports that were in attendance. It had who did it have? It didn't actually say. I do remember it saying somewhere. Oh, it had Eric Shanks, Jacob Ullman, and Colin Cowherd. So that's the Fox Sports president, talent producer, and talker. It has been interesting to note. Oh, apparently Colin Cowherd have been outspoken about WWE in the past and even referred to WWE fans as bugger eaters on Twitter. So, maybe he'll get fired. Dave Meltzer says it's been noted if UFC leaves Fox Sports, they will make a play for WWE. Even if UFC doesn't leave, it's possible that they could make a play for WWE, which is the key for WWE getting a rates increase due to multiple bidders. So they could move to Fox Sports. We'll have to wait and see where this story goes. I do have one more story, I do apologise. We now have 2 more rumoured matches for WrestleMania 34. Bayley vs Sasha Banks and The Bar vs the Hardys for the tag team titles. It is possible that the Bar will defend the titles in a match against multiple teams such as the Revival, Gallows and Anderson, as well as the Hardys, but this is all subject to whether Jeff Hardy gets back, if they're going to do the Jeff and Matt match. And then you said if Sasha Banks and Bayley have a singles match, this will be the first time in Mania history 2 women compete in a standard, no stipulation, non-title one-on-one match. The only other non-title singles was billed as a cat fight at WrestleMania 2000. And that match was shit. If I remember, wasn't that one that pretty much all had fatal 4-ways? Or some, no singles matches on that card, if I remember. But yeah, that has been the wrestling news. I do hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please give this video a like. Please support me on Patreon. A link in the description below. Subscribe to see more content. And I'll catch you later. Bye!